Oh hey, if you love Mother Nature and hate ugly walls, you're gonna love today's episode. Hi friends, welcome back to Laugh Cry DIY. It is your girl Katie, and today we are doing a very special craft for all of my Earth Queens and Green Kings. I have a super top secret makeover coming up, and I have a wall in this makeover that just needs a little something. And we're not gonna do art, we're not gonna do shelves, but we are going to pizzazz it up with a little greenery. I've been seeing a lot of faux greenery art lately, and I love it. And it's a beautiful way to fill a space. This is art that can go indoor, outdoor, transition from day to night. So today we're gonna create a little faux greenery wall situation using dollar store supplies, using what I've got on hand. And this is such an easy craft that even my cat can do it. So let's get green. Step one, we need a frame. Now, I need something that is in very specific dimensions for the particular makeover I'm doing, but you could grab a thrifted photo frame. You can grab a cheap plastic frame. You could find a cork board at the dollar store and use that frame. Now, because I need very specific dimensions, I'm gonna make my own frame using these picket fence stakes that I've stolen from my mom's house. And the frame I need is a 30 by 30. So we are simply going to start by marking out 30 inches on all of these. I just realized I need to leave some space on both sides of these, so I'm gonna remark those real quick. Next up, we are going to trim the pieces of this frame using a miter box. This is a fine-tooth saw. This is a miter box, and basically it lets you cut a straight line or an angled line to traditionally cut trim. I'm gonna use it to cut these little baby steaks because it's easier that way. Now, if you wanna make a frame, you can just do like 4 straight cuts and then just like stick them together like that. But if you wanna be fancy, if you wanna be cool, if you wanna fit in with the fellas on the construction site, you're gonna do angled edges.
Ooh, you see?
So fancy, so professional. Next up, we need to clamp this all down so that I can get the right angle and not cut my hand off in the process. Then you take your saw, slot it right in. Oh Lord, we're afraid. Did we do it? All right. Woo, got one. I gotta say, doing this is really giving me like art school vibes of like a performance art where you're like, this performance is about the American dream, and then you're just cutting up like white picket fences. The dream is broken. Okay, I do need to be careful to make sure I'm going all the way through because, ow. Look at that. Quality check. Are we looking correct? All right, okay, cool. Y'all, safety break, I should be wearing a mask because we got some dust. Haha. This is making me feel like a medieval like sword maker. I don't know, I just saw The Northman, you guys, you gotta see it, it's crazy. And of course, we don't wanna waste anything we don't have to, so I will be hunting vampires tonight. Oh, and if you're wondering where Baguette has been the entire time I've been sawing and vacuuming, under the table, hanging, doing nothing, unfazed. And I am just gonna lightly sand any corner that was maybe a little bit rough, but in general, we're in pretty good shape. And now we can see how these will all fit together beautifully and perfectly. Did we do it? Did we make my dreams come true? Next up, we're just taking these little L brackets. We're gonna put those on all 4 corners, and that will keep the frame together. And we're using the world's tiniest little baby screws so that they don't poke through, because this is very, very thin. But I'm not gonna be lazy. I'm gonna drill pilot holes because, you know what, because I deserve it. Hey look, it's a beautiful frame. Now we need some greenery. Let's go to the dollar store really quick. Look at this. So we need to build the base of our faux greenery wall, and I got these like hedge mats. They have these at a lot of dollar stores. They have this style, they have like green grass style, they got a lot of them. And basically we just wanna create a base to build off of. So we're basically gonna lie these out in our pattern, and then we're going to tie them all together and then staple them to the board. Now, you could use anything you want to tie them together. There's this little like green, little twisty tie stuff. I'm actually gonna use clear fishing wire because this green isn't totally the green of this. I don't want anybody to know that this isn't real. Pro tip, if you're working with fishing wire, pre-cut your strings and put them on a dark backdrop so that you can actually see them. So step one, if you're working with fishing wire, it's really hard to see, it's really small. So I'm gonna take the tip of this and just put this little piece of Scotch tape on it. That way it's big and it can like weave through things. So my technique is I'm taking one really long piece of fishing wire, I'm creating a small knot at the bottom, then I'm weaving it through the whole thing so that it's like stays stitched together. And then when I get to the top, I can just knot it off myself. And then it all stays together like that. I know that fake plants can be controversial in the world, and of course, like who wouldn't want live plants on their wall? But fake plants are very powerful. In fact, a Swedish study found that even looking at pictures of forests, trees, and nature can significantly help people recovering in the hospital. So it's very powerful. It's a great thing to bring into your life, whether the plants are fake or not. The moment of truth. Oh boy. Honestly, that's a wrap, guys. We did it. It looks beautiful, it's great, it's awesome. Don't need anything else. Alrighty, next up, we are going to staple this to the frame. So I'm just gonna remove the outer edge, actually. These just pop off like nothing. Now we can flip this bad boy over. And now is the time that my neighbors love, which is when I start staple gunning this entire thing around the frame. How do we do? Oh boy. So cool, so good, but we are still not done. This bad boy is the cake, but we need to add some frosting. So there are so many cool ways that you can do these faux greenery walls. You can do all succulents, you can do moss, you can do a kind of spilling tropical rainforest. We're going a little bit more for the rainforest thing. Basically, you can just start laying out the greens however you want. I got these at the dollar store. I got these at the Target bin. As you can see, we have smooth leaves, we have texture, we have kind of scalloped edges. And I just want to say to all of you horticulturalists out there, we're not trying to be plant accurate today. We're going for aesthetics over reality. I'm sure that these two plants in the wild would kill each other and eat each other's children if they could. I'm also gonna cut some of these apart, so I'm using my little needle nose wire cutters just to cut the bases and give me some more freedom of how I can place things. Something I also really like too is when the plants extend outside the frame. It just feels like they're more naturally growing. It also helps me fill in some of the gaps on the sides if it's looking a little bald. Oh great, here we go. I have put a chair behind this, and that way I can kind of work from both sides. You could like hot glue this, you can string it, you can do whatever you want. I'm gonna use these little twisty ties. Since they're going behind the leaves, they won't show through, and it's an easier way to kind of manipulate from side to side. I will say though, this project is such a great hack. If you have a weird dead space in your house and you have a lot of art already around it, and you don't wanna add more art, add a faux green wall. If you have a weird, ugly water heater or something on your patio, and you wanna kind of disguise it, add a faux green wall. You can also do a bunch of these in smaller sizes. You could do a whole gallery wall. Really, the options are endless, and it's up to you to decide how cute you want your house to be. Yes. Cool. No, don't do it. Okay, what's cool is I did realize that they don't all have to be zip tied on the back. Some of them have a really long stem, so you can actually weave it through the netting of the back, and that's tight because I like to save time. Just for fun, I want you guys to see the difference between Instagram and real life. All right, guys, I've made a mess. There are things everywhere, but this came out so good, so I think you are ready for your final reveal. So I hope you guys feel inspired for spring, summer, and beyond. Okay, I have to say, I'm kind of jealous that I have to give this away, but it's going in a super cute place. That makeover's coming up, so stay tuned. If you want to learn how to do more dollar store hacks like this, go ahead and subscribe. And until next time, honor and respect Mother Nature because she's mad at us.